So we got a movie coming at you, Tremors. Well, this is a compilation of all 4 movies, but we're only talking about the first one here. Valentine McKee, which is Kevin Bacon, and Earl Bassett, which is Fred Ward, are basically out doing their chores because they're handymen. And they're in the lovely town of Perfection, Nevada, which only has a population of about 14 or so. Well, had would be the key word. Because as things go on, mysterious deaths start plaguing them, to the fact that at one point, Val actually says, "We decided to leave this damn town just one day too late." Well, he's actually, I think the line was more, "We decided to leave this town just one damn day too late." Either way, along the way, they team up with his geologist, Rhonda LeBeck, played by... I can't remember her name, and I don't really care. Not really important. And she's a geologist basically saying there's been weird seismic readings. All the while, crazy survivalist Burt Gummer, the guy who really steals the show in this, and so much to the fact that he's in every one of the movies since, and the TV series, he kinda, played by Michael Gross, and his wife Heather, Reba McEntire, they're basically going, you know, they're survival crazy nut jobs. That's all you gotta know. And then there's the storekeeper, this punk kid, a mom and her daughter, some guy who lives in a trailer named Nestor, who's kind of a jackass, and then there was old Fred, who is most famously remembered for being old Fred's head. And there was the doctor and his wife, whose names are pretty unforgettable. I think the doctor's wife didn't even have a name. I think it was just Jim and his wife. And then there was what was the guy who they found up on the telephone pole? Either way, throughout, they're trying to figure out what the hell's killing people. Eventually, they find this snake-like thing wrapped around the axle of their truck. Of course, and it looks kind of like this. And of course, they're trying to figure out what the hell it is. So they ride out on their horses because all the while, the creatures have inadvertently trapped them in the town by causing a road, a rock slide onto the road, and they've cut the telephone lines. Actually, they killed some poor suckers on the road too, but we don't really care about them. So they're riding out, and all of a sudden they find out that there ain't a million of them. There's just one big one. These are their tongues. Earl and Val race back to warn the others, and soon the town becomes they basically become captive in their own town, eventually being stranded on their roofs as they have to deal with the creatures, which they can't really kill easy. Of course, their only real salvation would be to go up the Jeep trail into the mountains, but not one of the vehicles they have left in town can make it up over that hill. How will the heroes escape this? Well, to tell would be spoilers. Using state-of-the-art special effects back in the day, which include miniatures and puppets, which blend seamlessly. In fact, there's one scene where Bert drops a gun, and when the gun, it zooms to the gun, then up Bert. The gun is a miniature. The second it goes off, it pans past, it switches to Bert. There's so many beautiful things that are just... The special effects in this are amazing and actually hold up to this day, despite this movie coming out in 1990, I believe. It was 89 when it was made, and it came out in 1990. Yeah, it also kind of has other characters who would go on to gain some notoriety. The little girl Mindy would go on to... her actress would go on to play the little scared girl from Jurassic Park. Reba McEntire would eventually leave film and go and continue her music career, which is weird because she had a fairly good music career before this, and she just wanted to kind of branch into film, and then she kind of fucked the series over because now Heather has to mysteriously disappear. Kevin Bacon, of course, there's a reason he has a game that you can pretty much link him to almost anybody for, was it 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon? Fred Ward would eventually go on to be in the sequel, as would Michael Gross. And really, this was the movie I saw as a little kid. It kind of scared me. As I got older, it became funnier and cheesier, and now it's kind of one of my favorite B-horror movies. Though, to be fair, when it comes to the sequels, I like 3 and 4 better than 2, and 4 just a little bit better than 3, mainly because 4 takes place in the Wild West, and I love the Wild West. It's kind of a trait that my grandfather instilled in me because we used to watch Westerns together when I was little, so. That being said, really great movie. I was lucky to come across this 4-pack, all 4 movies for about $12. And then you've got the TV show, which takes place immediately after the 3rd movie, and unfortunately that only ran for 1 season because Sci-Fi is made up of idiots who really don't know how to run a channel. And then there were rumblings about a 5th movie, Thunder from Down Under, but it's never gonna happen. If it happens, I will, you know what, if they make a 5th movie, I'll come up with a thing that I will eat. I don't know what I'd eat. Maybe I'll eat a shoe. I don't know. But they're never making a 5th movie. And, which is sad, because it's a really good series, and it has such great potential. I'll leave you with this. Be afraid to go out on the open ground. Stay on rocks.